Good morning, Edmund here. How's it going? It's Saturday morning, April 28th, 2018. Last night, Toronto Raptors won. Awesome. While that game was going on, we did a 9 p.m. Friday review for everything we talked about up to this point. We're at week 5 of 90 days boot camp. We are with FX Evolutions, and we leverage IML's education to get this done. So, on Wednesday that just passed, each and one of you did a charting assessment to see where you're at, how much you know, and I threw some curveballs in there to see if everyone would pick it up. So let's look at those today. I want to see how we can review these charts and assess them together. So I figured what I'll do is we'll do this recording, we'll watch the YouTube video together, and then as each chart happens, we'll critique it. All right, let's do that. Again, appreciate you watching this 90-day boot camp. You're going to learn how to trade from A to Z and become profitable and consistently trading within this short period of time. Here we go. All right. She has the most years of trading.
What?
But not the most experience, no.
I have a question.
Yes.
Your whiteboard, please. It says the highest resistance and the lowest resistance.
Right. I want to share my screen. Get rid of that. Let's fast forward a little. All right, try that again. Screen just.
Yeah, that's my question, Edmund.
Yep.
I'm trading on the daily.
There you go. Here's Matt. Let's look at Matt. Trend line on a daily.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was muted and I'm having a hard time drawing on the screen. But I'll get a hang of it in a second, y'all.
There you go.
Just give me a second.
Stop the video right there. First thing I want to note, Matt drew a trend line on this daily. He plotted the first point at the top of this area, and then he plotted here and he extended it. The extension is very important because as the market continues, it will continue to bounce this trend line or break the trend line, break a structure. Right? If you don't have this extended, then you may not see that. So extending your plotting or your lines helps you because remember, all these price levels affect you in the past, they also affect you in the future.
So I would say my trend, personally, I believe that it's a downtrend on the daily.
Okay.
And the reason I believe that is because the trend line is down. But I also know that I know that, and just by looking at it, it looks like it could be a retrace on a higher time frame mid, but I would go with the downtrend. Agreed?
Okay.
So, determine daily trenders, market daily, highest and highest. Okay, so the daily highest and lowest resistance.
This is good practice on for the new people on how to use TradingView. You use the application a lot or his website a lot because you do all your charting from either this or MT4. All right, so Matt plotted the high and the low. Notice before he plotted it, he zoomed out a bit to make sure the screen captures everything. A lot of times when you're zoomed in, you can't see what's above you. So he zoomed out and made sure that he's getting all the entire screen. He's plotting the low and the high, and notice the high is connecting multiple points. Very good.
Do I need to change colors or anything?
No, that's good.
All right, so that's number 2. Mark off the daily support and resistance closest to the market price. This is how I do this for myself. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for the most hits, you know.
Everyone knows what Matt's doing. Matt's marking off support and resistance, but looking from the left of the current market price to isolate the market.
So here's the current market price here. So what I did, right, like I said, I looked left and it hit here. I know it hit here, but it retested and came back up. So that to me, that's just a hit and back up. It's a lot of hits right there on that line. So I use that as my support the same way with my resistance.
Very good. All right, so what Matt did here is he's trying to isolate the market, and he's looking for price restriction or where the price struggled above and below price. Price is here, right? What Matt didn't really notice is right here in the middle, there's actually a price level right across. Right here. This is a daily. So this is very key. When you plot off the daily is very key because within the day, it's struggling to break some kind of area here. So this is one candle. So entire day, it struggled to break here. And it came in and came back out. So when you're marking these levels, the bigger the time frame, the more key it is to be accurate because a lot of things happen within a bigger time frame, right? So I would like to see a line right through here. And it's probably going to connect right here where price most likely would have broke and retesting. So very key there.
Mark off the 4 hour. So I'm going to go to the 4 hour now.
If you don't mind, use different color. Use different color for the 4 hour.
Okay. So the 4 hour, I have to mark off 2 support resistance above the market price. So I like to zone out so I can see everything in the beginning before it just helps me. I don't know. I like to see all this. 2 supports above. And when you say 2 supports above, this is a support or this is a resistance also.
Yep.
But
draw 2 more.
Okay.
I'm on a 4 hour and then draw 2 4 hours below.
When you want to do them in your closer to your price.
Doesn't matter.
Right here's my mark. I gotta do 2 above and 2 below.
This is to get you guys practicing and getting comfortable drawing zones. Although your price is far from current price, when you keep your charts for the next 2 or 3 weeks, the market might be up there.
Okay.
So instead of drawing your zones all over again, you can restore it, and then you have your charts drawn up for the rest of your pretty much the next year.
That's a zone for me. I do have a question.
We'll get
So
to
you see how small this zone is here. Is there a such thing as the zone is too small?
No, there's not such a thing. All right, let's stop right there a second. Matt's question was, from here to here, is this zone too small? Absolutely not. This is a 4 hour time frame. Okay, so a lot of things happen within this zone. See, right here looks like small zone, but you can see in the past how much it struggled. When you zoom in, it's going to be a bigger zone. So you're going to see a lot more candle movement, a lot more information. So it's very important to mark it off because look how many touches there are. Came down, reversed. Came down twice, reversed. Down here, broke through, struggled, and broke through again. A lot of actions happen within the zone. So Matt's question, is it too small? It's never too small. When you're charting, right now this exercise was to get you just practicing charting a few lines. But every spike makes a difference. Every spike here, happen here again, happen here again. Right? So the lines you don't mark off, and eventually you're not going to need lines. You're going to see it. But as a new trader, you want to draw a line so you get a visual cue of where the market's going to turn around or where it reversed in the past, where it struggled. Because these are very, very key to your trading. Because you want to be able to get in on that either reversal or that breakthrough. Like when it's here, when it breaks the zone, you're looking for a retest to trade to the upside, and up, you're in. Right? So very key. So Matt's a very good question there. Is it too small? No, it's not too small. And we'll talk about that after this exercise.
Okay.
All right, on your 1 hour, you're going to draw one price level for above, one price level for below.
You want to change the color again?
Yes, please. Whose dog is that?
That's a pollen. No?
Okay.
All right, very good. What a trend line on your 1 hour?
Anywhere
Preferably that affects the market.
that's
right now.
relevant?
Yes.
When it's relevant?
And notice the daily he drew and the 1 hour he's drawing now are completely in different areas.
That's weird, though, Ed. Is that right there?
We'll talk about that after. All right. So here's a daily trend line up here. Very important. That's as you zoom in time frame, you can see a lot more things happen. The market bounces off the daily and pushes down, creates new downtrend. Right? Matt drew this trend like this, but he's not capturing the market structure moves. He should have drew a line here where the market's oops, sorry. So you should have drew a line here from here to this point and connecting down. Reason why market starts here, creates a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And the lower high is actually no longer lower high because now it's past the trend line. The structure's broken, but he can't indicate that because the line is drawn incorrectly. So he wants to draw a line down here and see a market structure because now the market's reversing to the upside. He can't capture that. The market right now looks like it was going to bounce off this here, but realistically, he wants to move the trend line closer to this market price, capture this market structure, and when the trend line breaks, he's looking for a new structure to form to the upside. All right, so that's what you've done. Awesome.
Possible entry points?
Find possible one entry point. Where would you enter this market and why?
It's in a downtrend. I suspect it's going to come back up here and hit this strong resistance level, and that's when I would get in for the downward push here. I'll draw it. It could go like this, or it could go like this. Oops. Oh, it could do that too, Ed. It could go sideways. That's my analysis also. But overall, I would suspect it's going to go back up, retest this strong 4 hour. No, that's daily. This is a daily zone here, resistance level, and it's on a downtrend. So I would suspect that it would go back down here. So my entry would be right here after retest.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great job, Matt.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so see what happened there. Because Matt's trend line is on the outside and not on here, Matt didn't capture the fact that the structure broke and his trading opportunity from down here at the support level off this trend line to continue to the upside. So because of Matt's analysis here, he's unable to capture this profit. Bounce off the strong trend line, the outer trend line, or the support here and back up. He also doesn't capture the fact that the market structure's changed. It's now starting an uptrend, no longer a downtrend. Like overall it's downtrend, but this market structure here is becoming a short-time uptrend. So we call it short-term buy territory. So overall, it's a selling market, but there's a temporary buying territory here because it's going to break market structure and do a pullback up to the trend line here. Right, so Max can't capture that because the trend line here was drawn really poorly. So I purposely didn't correct it because I want to talk about this at the time in the future. So the current time that we're talking about now. So you want to make sure you draw your line properly, capture the market structure movement. Again, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high. And as you keep doing that, as the market structure breaks, as you create a higher low, high, you can see the movement structure, and you'll see the upside movement. So you got to capture a nice buy opportunity right here to the upside. Awesome.
So do you have the screen back?
Let me find the next person.
I'm not ready. I am so not ready for tonight.
I was doing it while I was making dinner. I was making dinner for the family.
Really?
All right.
Today's
So
very important exercise.
Eric's next.
Charting is your life. Everything you do is charting. Today I placed 4 trades on my mirror trading account. All right. Took me probably I did about.
Where's Eric?
I'll use trading view side.
It's all right. Practice. All right. You're gonna plot a supporter with the highest resistance, lowest support.
Hold on, let me get to. Really?
Edmund, where do I get the list of tasks? I saw that once.
On the WhatsApp group.
Ah.
Everything on the WhatsApp group.
All right.
Really?
Quick comment here. Eric's struggling to draw his trend line because it's overextended. What he should have done is double click on it and uncheck the extend button. Then draw the line across from point to point. And then use the extension to extend it out.
Just delete, do it again. Remove at the bottom. Yep.
Got a little bit of a lag, but doesn't help. I wasn't even over there. All right, and then the next one was
Draw your highest support, highest resistance, and lowest support.
zoom out.
The
plus and the minus.
Yep, there you go. I'll use MD4, that's why.
Yeah.
So Eric's struggling here because he's not used to using TradingView. He uses MT4, which is the direct trading platform for a broker. So a lot of times we do our demos or our trading sessions in TradingView, but you can't trade directly from here. In the near future, you're going to be using TradingView, do charting TradingView, so you can make trades directly from your charts. Eric's also marking up his daily high, daily low.
Awesome. Go to your 4 hour, mark 2 support, 2 resistance, above and below market.
They change color.
Double click on it.
They move it.
Click and drag.
See how here Eric's looking at points to point to plot.
Nope, you're gonna do 2 4 hours.
Eric's looking for points to plot. He's trying to be exactly perfect. It's good, but realistically, every price level he's marked off eventually. He could have chose any point to do it. Closest to market, so a line right here could have been okay. Down here been okay. As long as closer to market, you understand where market can have some support and bounce back up, or have some resistance push back down. Try to isolate the market so you can see the movements of it.
Above, the two supports and 2 resistance.
2 above and 2 below.
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, go to the 1 hour. You're gonna do 1 below and 1 above. So one support, 1 resistance. Color doesn't matter. It's okay, as long as it's different colors.
I think my daily was. All right.
Okay, so that's your support and resistance.
Well, one has it, well, I guess we should use the 4 hour as in my support, but I guess I would move it.
No, just zoom out. Zoom out.
I'm zoomed all the way out and beyond the 1 hour.
No problem.
So if that's the case, I need them. An hour.
Please.
So let me stop there for a second. Earlier on, Eric was struggling to find support lines below price. It's because he's trying to focus on one screen. You can scroll to the left. Any previous price zone in the left side is good for this point. So you can scroll to the left and find area of support and resistance on further back dates that will be in this area. So you can just really, again, historical pricing gives you a good idea where price wants to move and where it wants to bounce. So you can scroll to the left and draw these lines. They'll help you better analyze the current price. Oops. Shoot. I gotta find it.
Okay.
Isolate the market.
It's above.
So below, in different areas. They're right here. All right. Let me take a photo of this.
I gotta find Eric now. Kind of screwed that up. No, no, no.
When it's relevant. It can go sideways. That's my.
We move it.
Click and drag.
Well,
It's okay. Just draw your trend. We'll talk about this after. Not a big deal.
Here we go.
and bounce back down, but most likely on the trend line. Yep.
It's okay. Just draw your trend. We'll talk about this after. Not a big deal.
Okay.
Draw your trend line,
On the 1 hour.
please. Awesome. All right, now where's your possible entry? In which direction? Buy or sell?
Wait to see if it hits when it hits to see what it does off the trend line. If it bounces back down off the trend line, don't get in for a sell. It is on the downward trend. And if it could possibly go up to here and hit this support and bounce back down, but most likely on the trend line and go down.
Did it pause? It paused. Just trying to get that video back. 25:09, where it pauses. All right, let me close a second. Get that video back.
If it bounces back down off the trend line, don't get in for a sell. It is on the downward trend. And if it could possibly go up to here and hit this support and bounce back down, but most likely on the trend line and go down for a sell.
All right, so I purposely didn't do this in the instructions. I want to see how people think outside the box and really understand analysis. Eric right now is doing a lot of trending or a lot of charting on the 1 hour. Okay, you always want to chart on a bigger time frame, but when you look for entry, you want to zoom into 15 minutes, get a better view of what's happening. Okay, I'll do a demonstration of this after this video, but just notice Eric is trying to find an entry point on a 1 hour, which is very difficult because over here to here can be 30, 40, 50 pips. So you want to make sure you zoom into 15 minutes, get a better entry. So he's looking for a bounce off this trend line back down, which is correct. It can bounce like this or it can break. But really, you want to go to 15 minutes and do an analysis in 15 minutes to see a better structure of movements. All right, right now is really good. Movement coming down. Again, you see the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Very good structure of movement. But as it turns around, you want to see if it creates higher high here, but does it break it? But you, if on 15 minutes, you see better, more candle patterns, more information, and really give you a better view of what's happening in the market for entry.
Wait till it reverses off the trend line.
All right, cool. Someone take over. Question in the box.
So that's Eric. That's very good. Let's find the next person. Yeah, this is me recording live, so
The
it's
newer traders.
not going to be perfect, but
Eric had an issue with computer, so I can give you control. So you want to do that, and I'll just move on to the next person.
Can you tell me how to log on as well? Because I'm not sure how to do this.
You're actually on, Jennifer.
Okay, so I'm on and you can see me?
I can see you logged in. So why don't you go next?
Oh, see, I don't even know what I'm doing, like, at all. I'm on TradingView. I don't have, like, anything logged in.
So do you see my screen right now?
I can see yours
On your computer or on your phone?
on my phone.
Okay, you need to log on with your computer.
9, 2.
Phone or your laptop?
Oh, look.
All right, so you can see my screen?
I can see your
All
screen.
right, I want to give you control
All right, we got Reggie up next. Reggie doing GA.
You're JLEN, right? Oops, wrong one.
I think so, yeah.
All right. You should get a box on your screen that says I'm giving you control. Hit yes.
Um,
There you are. You have control. You're doing GBP AUD. There you are. So you got a
how do I make this bigger?
like
It can barely.
yes, please. For you very new. By the end of this boot camp, you
Okay, my bad.
There we go.
grab a horizontal line, mark off your resistance. Oh no, least lost.
For me?
No, least lost.
Oh,
They're out.
Is it playoffs?
It is. All right, so you marked off your support, marked off your resistance.
I gotta go back to the line to do that?
You do.
Okay, my bad.
You want to mark your high resistance?
I can't do it. I think that's it.
Okay.
You said trend line, right?
Yep. You're trying to draw a trend line. You click that same horizontal line. You change the box to a trend line, which is a diagonal line. There you go. The top one, the trend line. The top one. There you go. And you click the top of the trend line. Just drag it and then just maneuver it so it fits where you want to position it.
What? Oh, sorry.
All right, go to 1 hour. Sorry, 4 hour. Go to 4 hour.
Let me back up a little bit to talk about that. So Reggie drew a nice price area here for support, which is fine because this is where market reversed to the upside. I like to see a support line here as well, so we get overall high and low. But he drew a support here. We didn't draw any kind of resistance up here. I like to see resistance up here so you know where swing high, swing low happened because the correction is in this direction. So you want to know from high to where low is and where 50% is, which is roughly here. So the market wants to correct swing high and swing low to about here. So it's really important to mark off your high and your low so you visually see where it started from. Started from here, swung high, came down to a low, and then it reversed again off the support. So you want to draw that out.
So 4 hour, go to 4 hour, and mark off two price levels above market and 2 price lows below market.
Okay.
Go to
4 hour?
Yep.
There you go.
You're gonna mark off support and resistance below and above market price. 2 of each.
Oh, there we go. So what, above and below what?
Market, wherever market price is now, above and below that.
Okay, gotcha.
So what you're trying to do, you're trying to isolate the market. You want to know where the market's going to move to. So you want pricing, you want support or resistance around that price so that you can determine where it's going to bounce.
Gotcha.
Very good. Reggie's color coding is his resistance and support lines, so he knows where each are.
And then the next one's the 1 hour.
Yep.
So before I go to the 1 hour, go back to the 4 hour right here. Reggie marked off resistance here, but he should have zoomed in to get a better connecting point, because you can see there's some price above. When you do this, you're going to trick yourself. You really fake yourself out, because on a 4 hour moves, every move is very big. You want to be on point on where you mark these lines. Don't, when you draw, you'll make sure you connect the top of these candles. And over here, he drew some support here, but price is so far from here. There's some support levels in here, some prices of interest in here. We kind of missed all that. So again, part of the exercise is just draw any two lines, but I just want to see the train of thought and how, if you understand the importance of price zones, you really want to see it draw a line closest to market as possible so you can see where the next bounce is going to be. Again, 4 hours, very strong zone. So you want to get a really good zone in here to see where this market price is going to go.
And then the next one's the 1 hour.
Yep.
So as Reggie zooms into the 1 hour, you can see his 4 hour, he's missing all this information up here, right? Missing the reversal point. It's a double top. I can see a double top there. So there is a zone here as well. So I guess that can play, doesn't play, but I really like to see this zone up here. And then you draw 1 hour over here.
Very good. I'll draw a trend line on the 1 hour. So you want to draw, you're going to grab the trend line tool on the left-hand side. Draw a trend line relevant to the price. You want to draw a trend line relevant to the market price.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's all kind of in one zone, you know what I mean? As opposed to like a real visual uptrend or downtrend. That's why I'm a little confused.
Okay, we'll talk about that after. Not a big deal. Just do what you think it's, how you draw it.
Oh, there we go. No. Let me move that real quick. You double click it.
Nope, just click once and drag. You don't want to do that. There you go.
Kind of in that area.
All right. Now, which way? Where would you place your position? Where would you enter the markets?
Let me see real quick.
Stop it right there for a second. See how where you drew his line? I mentioned earlier that he didn't draw his line correctly, but now it's coming into play because when the market comes up, he's going to think it's going to reverse here. And if he looks at it, enters here, then the market's going to he's looking for a sell. Well, there's still all this room up here that can go up to. So you really want to make sure your price zones are on point so that when you enter, you're entering in the closest place to the reversal as possible. Entering here could put you in the drawback all the way up to here. A lot of room here to climb. Versus if you enter up here, your drawback's very small. Okay. We'll talk about the trend line after.
Probably around this margin here, but I mean, this is a double top, so it's kind of telling me it's going to go reversal.
Okay.
Downtrend.
All right. Cool.
So see what happened there already because his charting was not on. Already, this trend line showing up here. So the reversal happened already. The trend line already broke the downtrend. And again, the retest, when it happens, is up here. So its entry here, looking at this chart, is going to be inaccurate.
I take over. You mark that off really quickly. So Reggie wants to enter market around right here where it's double top. So I'm going to correct your trend line. You're trying to do this, but you're trying to do this.
Yes. Exactly.
All right, cool. I take a screenshot of this.
Right away, you see how big difference it is? The trend hasn't even broken yet. Created a double top reversal. Resistance up here. He still has this kind of room that there's potential bounce up here that retested the zone. So realistically, I can't draw on it right now because on YouTube, but it can come here, bounce, come up here for a retest, and then break. Big, big, big difference. Very big difference in how to analyze this chart. Again, on an entry, he's on 1 hour. You want to move into 15 minutes, right? Very important to do your assignments because this stuff is very, very key to trading. Trading is just this. This is it. This is your bread and butter. How well you analyze the markets, how profitable you're going to be.
Well, I take a screenshot of this. Who's going next? Very good, Reggie.
Thank you.
Just as you would your own.
Okay.
So like the others,
This is Ryan.
high
Ryan doing
resistance,
EA.
your low support on the daily. This is very important, people. The reason why is when the market approaches that price, you know it's a strong reversal point. Okay? Very important.
Wait, you say on the day, yeah? Okay,
Yep.
so it's already on the day, yeah. I hate that. Was that it? What else was next?
Yeah, you're gonna draw a trend line on a daily.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna move to the 4 hour.
Before I go forward, you notice again, he drew the low, the high, but the high is missing. You see, it's way too high up there. Should really put the high here. Makes a difference because when you do penning orders, you want to make sure you put the proper price level. Right, this is a price. Like this price right here would have been somewhere like 1.60838 versus where up here is it's way above. You see the big difference is 1.60 is 1.62 above here. Big price difference. So you want to really bring this resistance line right here. And this trend line, that's not bad. I'd rather see him do a trend line from here to here to get an overview of the trend, but that's okay.
This guy's been practicing.
Okay, another thing here, he drew a 4 hour here. I'm pretty sure if you look back, this is probably a daily. A daily and a 4 hour. The two price zones on both time frames here tells you a very strong reversal. Very key because now when it comes here, I'm probably going to try to make a trade on super confidence because it's so strong. It has a daily and a 4 hour price area right here. Very strong. It's kind of like two people teaming up on one area to block a door instead of one trying to person block a door. Very strong area, but he can't see that because he didn't mark it up properly the first time.
Was that right? Yeah. You said support and resistance on the 4 hour, right?
Yeah, two of them. Two of each.
Gotcha.
You okay there?
Damn.
And then draw one more below. All right, move to your 1 hour. Draw support and resistance on the 1 hour. See how the 1 hour and the 4 hour, you see more levels on the lower time frame than you do in the higher time frame. Very important to notice that.
Yeah, that would have been a better support up here, actually. Huh? Yeah. Okay.
Draw your resistance. Okay, draw a trend line on your 1 hour.
Very key here. Notice his daily trend line is very different than his 1 hour trend line. Drawing a trend line gives you really good market structure on each time frame.
Oh, whoops.
Awesome. And give me entry point. Buy or sell and where?
I'd wait for hold on. I'd wait for this right here to retest back again.
And then you buying or selling.
For a buy.
Okay.
So this is a little bit. I don't like this trend line at all. The reason why is because you don't know, does a downtrend start now, or is it still an uptrend? Let me write this down. 4716. Let me tell you what I mean by that. See here, this is an uptrend. There's also a trend starting this way, right here. So you don't know if market broke this structure. So it could be right here. It looks like market structure starts here, ends about here, and it's creating a new structure to the downside. But he can't see that. He wants to buy here, but realistically, it could be a downtrend. Because it's not drawn properly, he drew a trend line from here to here. Doesn't tell you much. This trend line gives you more information. The structure here was, higher low, higher high, so on and so forth, great higher. But then it starts breaking the structure. But this looks to me, by eyeballing, it looks to me this price breaches this price. Creates a new lower low instead of a higher low. So he needs to have a trend line up here to isolate that to see the market structure, but he doesn't do that. Instead, he drew a trend line this way. So now you can't tell. Is price is still a part of uptrend? Is part of the downtrend? He's looking for a buy here, but realistically, to me, market looks like it wants to go down, but he's looking for a buy. So the analysis is very, very important when you draw these lines. Not just drawing them for arts and craft. You're drawing to try to isolate where the market's going to move.
So Ryan, looking for a move to the upside from here. Okay.
So right off the bat, he's looking for a buy. But it's possible. Right here's a head and shoulders pattern. Reversal to the downside. Very strong support here. Looking for a break because the trend line should be here, like this. Broke the upper structure, creates a new lower downtrend structure, and he's looking for a push down, creating lower highs, lower lows. But for him, he's looking for a buy because he's drawing this wrong. The analysis is wrong. Very key. So I'm glad this happened so we can talk about it. Very important. This is why I do these charting exercises. I can chart all day. You can see it. You gotta make sense. But when you guys chart and you do it yourself, we can really see where your mind's at and what you're thinking. There's nothing wrong with doing this, but now I'm correcting it and we can talk about it. So don't feel like you're doing it wrong, Ryan. It's not a big deal, but we are talking about it because it needs to be corrected. I'll talk more about this on Monday. Okay, so you want your trend line to be here, along here, so you can see this broken structure here to the downside. Next person that's up.
You say this
Yeah.
Euro
you on a Zoom
USD.
app or you just on a web browser?
Browser.
So I don't see you. You're on a browser? Huh.
Logged out and put the number back in, and then it.
Got a black screen. I actually had you on 2 different computers. Not when I go on the laptops. I've tried 2 different ones.
You just hit yes. We're going to give you control. Hit yes.
Next up, EU.
He's shaking her head. There you go.
Who's
You
this?
see the screen? It says, there you are.
I think it's Lisa.
Can you hear me?
It's
Yeah,
Lisa.
Okay, good. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay.
Okay.
So you should see a button that says,
It already says I'm controlling Edmund Child's screen.
yes, hit yes.
It doesn't give me a yes or no.
Move your mouse.
I'm moving it.
There you go. Low on your high.
There you go. There's Lisa.
Am I going too far back out?
Nope. It's perfect.
Oops.
Let's let horizontal line. Just that box, hit the arrow. So one down right there.
This one?
Yep. Hit horizontal line.
Okay.
And then draw your high.
Like, do I go all the way up here? Like here?
Tell me.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
On it, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, so she asked, does she go to the very top? Yes. You want to capture the highest point where price went. So you drew it here. Price actually went higher than that. So what she could have done was she could have zoomed out a little more so that the charts are in this box, or she could have minimized. I can show you this on Monday how to minimize this. But you want to draw a line at the very top of the price. So wherever the price went, the maximum price high, you want to draw a line there.
But this is the whole day. I'm just gonna do here.
All right, then put your low. You gotta click again. Every time you put one down, you gotta click again.
Click what again? Oh, click this thing again?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Clearly, I didn't do my homework.
Yep. This is why it's recorded. We can tell. You need a trend line on a daily.
For honest.
Exact.
Got it.
I got it.
Looks good. All right, go to your 4 hour. Draw 2 support and 2 resistance.
All right, I'll back up a little bit. She drew a trend line, but she's not connecting any points. Right now, this trend line is connecting nothing. So you want to connect 2 points from wherever you start. So I say here to here, draw a straight line through. Right now, this tells me very little. It's going to be misleading. You can see that when you go into as the video goes forward. You can see that here on the 4 hour, like we don't know is market going to come down a little more. But as you see, you connect points here as you follow through. I mean, it broke the structure already, but we can't see that because the trend line isn't drawn properly.
Yep. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Now you're going to draw 2 resistance. Awesome. Go to your 1 hour. You're going to draw 1.
Back up a little bit. So she drew price up here, which is fine, but really you want to see a price more closer to, you want to see a zone close to the price, so put a zone right here. That tells you this might bounce back up off the support and might bounce off the zone here and continue to push down. With this, the way she's charting, it's hard to see that because you only see what's up here. That's too far up. But later on, you're going to draw chart lines across anyway, but I just want to make it known that her first train of thought was not to get a zone drawn closest to price, which is here. She drew it way up here.
Awesome. Go to your 1 hour. You're going to draw 1 hour support and resistance in a different color.
Well, how can we change that too? Should I have done one down here with my resistance here and my support higher?
Okay. Give me a trend line on the 1 hour. Very good. Now,
Whoops.
looking at this, give me an entry point. Are you gonna buy or sell?
I am probably going to do a buy. How do I do the little dot thing?
The brush. Nope, the brush. Fourth down.
Oh,
There you go.
so I would probably wait for it to come down here.
Okay.
Whoops. And
You see the issue here? Her trend line is so far from her points. It makes a huge difference. But forget, every candle's money. Every little movement is money. So very, very, very key to be accurate on your drawings.
do a buy. Hopefully it'll come back up.
Okay.
I don't know, it's kind of a downtrend. I don't know.
Well, it's good. You identified it right. Okay, but you want to, so on a downtrend, you're looking for a buy.
Yeah, so I think once it hits down to my support here, I'd be looking to buy.
Awesome. Awesome job.
Good analysis on the
So we
support.
didn't do our homework. Awesome job. By the way, I sneaked your assignment.
I know, sorry.
All right. So she had analysis where prices hit support. What I'd like her to see is this trend line closer, hit support and break the trend, and then trade to the upside. Okay. We'll talk more about this in the coming weeks.
So she's looking for a bias direction at the support. All right. Let's take this. Let's take a picture.
Move forward.
Join us in our boot camp. Green button at the bottom of the screen is a share. Did you create a trading?
Didn't take a photo.
AD. Support and resistance.
All right. This is Melissa's doing ECAD. Euro. EURCAD.
Can I change the color, or is that fine?
That's fine.
Okay. But I have to do it again.
Awesome. Draw a trend line on your daily.
How do I change the color? Or,
Of the trend line.
yeah.
There's the middle of the screen. Is it? Yep, that one there. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Go to your 4 hour. You're gonna mark 2 support and 2 resistance.
Support. How do I zoom out?
Middle of the screen is a minus button. Oh, nope, cancel that. Middle of the screen, there's a minus button at the bottom of your cursor. Oh, nope.
I wanted to change the color of that line.
Oh, I see. Don't click on the line. So on that line you want to change.
Don't click on it or click?
So that line in the middle is your current price. You can't change that.
Oh.
That's the current price.
Oh, I didn't do anything there.
You didn't do that there. Yeah, that's the current price.
Oh, I didn't do that. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Okay, and then I'm sorry, you said, how do I zoom out? Right.
Yeah. You can either use, if you have a scroll on your mouse, you can back up. If not, there is a,
Right here?
nope, in the middle of the screen, dead center of the screen, there's a, so move your mouse around, or click on the screen once. There should be a minus and plus sign. I don't see it.
It has come and gone.
It's there, but you gotta
Let's move
stay.
forward.
It's probably like $4. Sorry? State's probably like $4.
So what we're talking about here is having a
Bullshit,
separate
they're like
mouse.
$13, $14.
Have a separate mouse that has a scroll on it.
Expensive.
Makes charting a lot
Believe me.
easier.
It's so much better with a mouse.
It's really stinks though.
Plot your support and resistance on 1 hour.
A little more.
All right. Draw a trend line in 1 hour. Fred's impressed with the sites you visit.
What do you mean? Can I erase this?
Yes.
How can I erase it?
Right click. Hit delete on your keyboard. Or right click on it, hit remove.
Oh no, what did it do?
It's okay. Middle of the screen. Middle of the screen, there's an arrow pointing down. Lower, 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 lower.
Oh, right here.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. You were saying he is
He's impressed with your links on your screen.
what?
NASA's
Cool.
algebra.
Oh yeah, I love NASA.
Yeah.
I think that one can be better. Sorry, let me erase it.
No, it's good.
Stop it right here. So I don't know for sure, but it looks like Melissa wants to try to point here, and she's trying to line it up perfectly here. You don't want to do that. Okay, you don't want to trick yourself and make yourself line up proper so it looks like a trend line break. What you want to do is connect the two dots here and here, and then extend it, and they'll create the line for you. Right now she has a perfect. Right now she has a perfect trend line. Earlier, it looked like she's trying to line it up to here. You don't want to fool yourself.
Can I like use the toggle? Does it have like toggles? Can I like instead of like doing this is kind of like I can't.
Well, your trend line's good. Just extend it.
How do I do that?
On the right there, it says extend to the right. One down. One down. There you go. There you go. Hit okay. There you go.
I really wanted it to be a little more angled. Is that fine?
Yep. So you're doing 2 points. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Now give me an entry point and direction.
I would say here.
Okay. And which direction?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say buy.
You're gonna buy? Okay.
Is there a question mark after that?
Nope. There's a statement. I just confirm what you said. You click on the, so on the left-hand side, click on the brush.
Okay.
Yep, and just draw a line where you want to enter, and then draw it upwards.
Okay, so I'll stop right there. So she's looking at this chart. She has a nice trend line break. Market comes down, hits some kind of support here. So I'd like to see a support line right here. So you can see it came down really strong. Impulse leg down, a lot of bearish movement. All of a sudden hit a roadblock. Stops. I'd like to see a line drawn right here for your support, which lines up with here, eyeballing it, and here. And probably here. You're just eyeballing it. Probably line right across support. She's looking for a buy, but right above here is a resistance right here. Right above. So she doesn't have these zones drawn out. Very key. Market price is here. Hit a support, pushing up. But there's a zone right here. Right here. There's a zone. But she doesn't have that drawn up, so she can't see that. Very important. Because you want to see what's happening. To me, it looks like it wants to consolidate. I don't have information right now, but maybe it wants to consolidate, go sideways. You don't want to trade a consolidation. You want to trade a breakout. I'll explain this on Monday. But I'm glad this came up. Again, very good information to really understand how people think and where you guys are at. So it's good here. Really good topics to talk about.
Line.
Draw upward. Up. Click and hold. Why isn't it showing? There you go.
I'm going to move forward here.
Oh,
this is invalid stuff.
See a button?
Okay.
Okay, good. Because they always say, like, you'd never use algebra again in your life. And I'm like, yes.
See a button that says you have control. There you go.
Next up,
the rules are
USD JPY. I don't know who this is.
Daily.
It's probably Fred.
A trend line, a direction, which way you think the market's going.
I believe this is Dr. Fred.
Very key stuff. The high and the low is so important to understand. Where your daily resistance is, your highest resistance, where your lowest support is. Because those are strong reversal points.
Another thing to point out here, which we didn't talk about, is the reason why you do a high and low is you want to know where the swing low, the swing high is. So on a daily, it started here, pushed up. Correction levels here, 50%. Eyeballing again from here to here, looks like this 50%. Market came down already, 50%, and it reversed back up. This is a lot of information. This is probably 61.8 reversal point of Fibonacci's. We'll talk about this on Monday, but I want to make sure you understand that the low and the high is very key. It tells you a lot of information where market's going to move on a daily. Give me a trend line on a daily. And notice here, Fred, again, he didn't mark the highest point. He marked where the head and shoulders
And
ends.
literally,
he just did it.
me
I
watching people
apologize.
how they chart tells me where they go wrong in trading. So it's
So it's interesting. He
really
starts his trend line here. He starts his trend line here, but he didn't mark off the high resistance.
Well, outside view can help you really get better. Awesome. Go to your 4 hour. Give me 2 support and 2 resistance near market. And the reason why I'm doing this live is so that everybody can see how each other does it, because it's all about perspective, right? Not everyone's going to chart the exact same way. So it's good to see how other people chart, how other people plot their price levels.
Yes, it has been interesting. I agree.
So notice, I think this is Fred doing this. I'm pretty sure it is. He trades with experience, but he's plotting up here, but price is down here. Price is down here. So the assignment or the request is plot 2 price above and below. You know, for myself, when I look at this right away, the first 2 I want to look at is what's closest to price. Right here and right here. So I want to know where market's going to move to. Up here, it may move eventually up here. This is good future information, but the closest to price is right here and right here. You want to make sure you understand that. You want to see key information where your market might change direction or more might extend. What I mean by that is if you have a nice resistance here and there's room from here to here, then you can trade from here to here. Or it's in a reverse from here, then you trade down. But you have to understand when you're identifying zones or price levels, you want the closest to price as possible. I just noticed that a lot of people who do this look for the highest point here on the 4 hour, but really you want to see what's closest to price.
I've learned a little bit so far.
It's taking a little longer than I thought it would, so I do apologize for that, but it's very important to know how to plot support and resistance. While Fred is doing this, I want to talk with you. He's a little more experienced. I'm going to send a list of instructions on how to do a proper chart. I'll also send a video on what to expect on your charts going forward. I want to do this exercise so that you get a feel for how you're doing it, and I get an idea of where you're at if you're training. Like I could literally tell you where you are where you're training, seeing what you're doing, and what topics I need to cover to bridge that gap. Awesome. Move to your 1 hour. Give me a support resistance near market. In a different color, please, if you don't mind.
Sound like my support here is going to be same as my 4 hour. Oh well.
It's awesome. So now on the 1 hour, he's doing a better job of isolating the markets using the 1 hour charts, 1 hour zones.
All right, give me a trend line on your 1 hour. Awesome. And where would you enter this market? Which direction and why?
Let's see. I go back out to my daily.
So Fred's the only guy that did this. He played multiple time frames
Looks like it's been a
and
downtrend overall.
looked at overall movements to decide where he's going to enter.
On the 4 hour, looks like it's still in a overall downtrend, but it looks like it's trying to creep back up to some resistance. So what I would do is I would let it retest. Would let it retest, which it looks like it's doing right now, and then probably enter.
Use a brush.
Probably enter right here, or to go up to here for the next resistance. That's on the 4 hour, so to the next level.
So you're looking for a buy or sell at that point?
I'm looking for a buy.
Buy from where you are now to the next level?
Correct.
Okay, so take over. Good job.
Great analysis. He's looking for a buy right here. He saw a retest happen here. I like to see him going to 15-minute to find a better entry, but the analysis is really good that he's looking for zone to zone. It's 1 hour zones, 1 hour, 1 hour. He said 4 hours, but this is actually a 1 hour zone, 1 hour zone. So you want to see the retest and then trade up to here. It's probably about, if I'm going to guess, 30 to 40 pips. Okay, very, very key to understand. Good job, Fred.
Fred, thank you.
Next person up, I believe, is
All right.
Jennifer, I believe.
So let's why you don't do your homework.
I know. I'm sorry. I have every excuse in the world, but no real reason.
Look at your dad and say, I got to do my homework.
Yeah, whatever.
Listen, it's a 90-day course, the 90-day boot camp. A lot of information condensed. I'm asking you to do about 30 minutes of work per day, not even. The assignments, the videos, review. Not a lot of time for a lot of information. So please do your assignments, get the information, and learn how to apply it.
She's gonna do it too, Mike.
I'm telling you, you got to do your homework. Well, I'm not going to help you out here, so you got to look at your dad and.
This one.
Okay.
Go to
He's been telling her that for years.
you're gonna grab a horizontal line. So left toolbar, left hand side. Right, click that right there. Grab a horizontal line. So change that. So you want to change that to the horizontal line. So click it. No.
Right there?
No, go back to where you were. Click that. Click the arrow. There you go. Change the horizontal line.
Okay, so what am I clicking? That right there?
The horizontal line.
Horizontal, thank you.
Yep. And you're gonna draw a line on your highest resistance and lowest support.
Oh yeah.
Now you're on your own. Give it a try. We'll talk about it after.
It's gonna be a try, that's for sure.
That's all right.
I'm gonna say my highest resistance. Would that be there?
There's a draw your resistance. We'll talk about it after.
Okay. And the lowest support?
Yep. Grab a horizontal line. Every time you click once, you gotta grab that horizontal line and draw it again.
Oh, I gotta do it again.
You gotta click it and draw. Now plot your. You didn't click it. You missed it.
The arrow. Got it. Horizontal line.
And then draw your support.
I'm gonna say right there, maybe.
You draw a trend line on your daily. Draw a trend line here.
All right, so hold on, sorry. How do I go? Oh,
I'll pause it here. Again, this is just the evidence of not doing the proper assignments. You want to draw a line on your daily up here, your high, and your low. So this is a swing low from your low to swing high. Right here. So swing from low to high. You want to plot out your high and your low. Okay?
it is a daily right now. Okay.
Yep. So then go back to your toolbar and change it to a trend line.
Arrow. Trend line.
And then draw your trend line.
Should I go right here, Dad? Go up with that one.
got the whole thing. And you can do that stuff.
Right here?
All the way.
Got it right there.
Tim's cheating. She has a financial
Okay.
advisor.
She's tagging everybody in. So she's doing.
So again, her trend line, she wants to connect a point to a point. She's left a lot of gap here. On a daily, that's a lot of room. That's like 120, 100 pip difference. So you want to make sure you connect the line, connect the price lines, price here to price here, and extend, right? You don't want to leave this gap. Very important to pay attention to detail here.
She brought a friend. All right, go to your 4 hour. That's hilarious.
I'll tell him to sit on a camera view next time.
Phone a friend. No. Go to your 4 hour.
Okay, what's next?
Go to your 4 hour window. 4 hour time frame.
How do I change the windows?
Okay, so right now your toolbar is covering the box. So no, right next where it says USD CAD.
Right,
The toolbox, no, above that.
right.
Here, let me move it for you. Sorry, I'll just do that for you. Here you go.
Yay, there we go.
You want to change this to a 4 hour?
Got it.
You want to
Okay.
plot 2 resistance lines and 2 support lines in
Okay.
color.
I gotta go back over here. Horizontal line. Do I need to change colors?
Yes, please.
Okay. So 2 supports and 2 resistance.
Yes, please.
There's a resistance and a, oh, I forgot. Sorry. There's a resistance and a support.
One more of each.
Oh, ay, ay, ay. This is where I struggle.
So you're going to draw one more support, one more resistance.
Oh, forgot.
Okay, one more support. You guys get the horizontal line.
Gotta go again.
You move to your 1 hour.
Okay.
Gonna
Got it.
plot your 1 hour price levels, support and resistance.
Change colors. Okay, support and resistance.
You want to grab a horizontal line.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I'm just gonna go back here for resistance.
And then grab a horizontal line, draw a support.
And over here. No, sorry. Forgot to grab a line.
Okay, draw a trend line.
Over here. Trend line.
Okay. And tell me where you're entering and which direction.
Again, I'm going to stress this enough. See how she drew a line? She just drew it very, very carefree. Just kind of drew a line to put a line there. You want to connect the point and then draw a line. So the trend line should be out like this way. Makes a big difference, but this can come down. And I can see already wants to form a head and shoulders pattern to the downside. You can see it already. Your shoulder come down, creates your head. And this was going to come down a little bit more and create a head and shoulders pattern and reverse down. Very important. This is a perfect entry almost because it would have came up from here, came down, came up, came down. The head and shoulders pattern break the trend line and trade down. Her trend line isn't accurate enough. Her accurate trend line should go down like this. And the breakage should happen somewhere around here would have broke this zone and the trend line for perfect trade to the downside. Lots of money here on the table for you to make, but if you don't have this analysis properly, you're going to either get in too early and get stopped out, or you miss the trade completely.
Yeah, this is also where I struggle.
Okay. Well, don't worry. Just give it a try. Again, we'll talk about this. Every single chart we looked at today, we're going to talk about. Not today, but I'll talk about it in the video.
Okay. The only thing I can think of is that this is reversing right here.
Okay, so where are you entering?
So if I'm entering anywhere right here, I'm on a sell.
Okay, let's mark that off. Take over. So you want to do, sorry, you want to do this here and a sell?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Let me take a screenshot there.
So her analysis to the downside is correct, but why she did it is two different reasons. You have to understand it's good no direction, but you have to understand analysis for entry. Because where you enter and where you exit is so important. We talk about entry a lot. We're talking about exit later on. But your entry is very key. Profiting traders versus losing traders, all based on how good your entry is. All right? Great analysis, though, for a person who didn't do her homework. Jennifer, do your homework, please.
Yeah, actually, Daz, do you agree?
Let's fast forward.
Yeah,
Is Matt's?
All right, so
charting.
I want to stop right there. Awesome. That's all the people. We're going to do Sabrina's, but we can't because she ditched class. Sabrina took off early. I'm going to put it out to Sabrina so you don't do it again. All right, so that was a little longer than I wanted to be, but that's all the analysis. Overall, it's a first charting session that you guys do yourself, so I knew it would be a struggle at first, but we're going to do lots of them because you have to get comfortable in the charts. Charting is very, very important. Charting is different between making money and losing money, all right? So the goal is to make you a consistent trader, to enter properly and enter a very little drawdown and always in profit. So you have to understand charts. We're going to do more of this. Your assignments, again, I get it. Everyone's busy. Everyone has their own lives. This isn't their, the most important thing in your life, but this will change your life to make your life better. This is why you're doing it. So do spend some time on it. I don't get paid to teach you guys, so I come out and put lessons together, put work in it for you guys. So I shouldn't be the hardest working person in this group. You guys should be. All right. And I don't mind. I love doing this. I love helping everybody, but I need to see the assignments coming on time, training being done, and we do extra Zooms trying to make them. There's a lot of questions get answered. All right. I got to bounce. I got to run. I got to take kids out to a party. So I'm going to do a follow-up video after this. Please watch the entire video. Very, very key to your success. All right. Have a good day. Enjoy your weekend.